We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Reaching out to the four corners of the globe and broadcasting to you live from the studios of LA Talk Live in beautiful sunny Los Angeles, California. What another beautiful day. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world's only show that explores the global impact of cannabis. This is the one and only The Marijualogist, every Friday, 4:20 p.m. Pacific, like we always do. I want to take a moment out, man. There's so many people to send our prayers and well wishes out to in these days and times, from Mexico City to Houston to Puerto Rico. Our love, our prayers, our support, our well wishes go out to all of the victims in these three calamitous incidents that have taken place here in our new world of climate change. We won't talk about that tonight because, you know, our topic explores, again, the global impact of cannabis, the social, medical, political, economic, and ecological impact of marijuana on California and the entire globe. We've got a great show tonight with yours truly, Richard Karr, host and producer. Co-host, co-producer, Ikkor the Wolf will be arriving soon. But we're going to do something a little different this week. In fact, you know, we typically start with a message from our good friends over at Law Enforcement Action Partnership. Tonight, I'm going to turn to something a little different. And again, it's on the topic of drug policy and common sense as it applies to the drug war, and especially as it applies to cannabis. I want you to stay tuned for this. This is one of my favorite shows. We're going to be listening to Last Week Tonight with John Oliver as he discusses marijuana. So don't go away. The Marijualogist is live right now and straight ahead.
Marijuana, basically catnip for people. It has gained increasing acceptance in recent years. In fact, one small bright spot on election night was pro-marijuana referenda passing in 8 states.
It's official!
A big win for lovers of weed.
Well, we are really excited. I mean, this is a huge victory, not just for Californians, but for really the country and the world.
Everybody here should be so excited by this.
It's a little weird that those celebrations happened the same night that Trump was elected. It's like celebrating your baseball team winning on the deck of the sinking Titanic. Bit of a mixed bag today, but still, go Sox, Yankees suck. Now, as it stands, 44 states now have some form of medical marijuana law, and 8 have laws allowing recreational use. And that is good news. The war on drugs was futile, expensive, and imposed overly harsh penalties, especially on African Americans, who police data suggest are over 4 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana possession. Although, interestingly, white people are 1 million times more likely to be shocked by that statistic. And this is clearly no longer a fringe issue.
In 1969, a Gallup poll showed 12% favored legalization. Today, it's 60%.
Exactly. Marijuana is something we've just all gradually decided is okay. Like Mark Wahlberg as a serious actor. You know what? Sure, I've decided I'm fine with that. But the legality of marijuana is actually much more fraught than you may think. In fact, if you have marijuana right now, even if you are acting completely legally according to your state, you may still be in serious jeopardy. And that's not your weed-induced paranoia talking. You could lose your home, job, or possessions, Greg. And yeah, I know I'm freaking the shit out of any stoned viewer named Greg right now. But that is not a bad thing, because this story is genuinely worth worrying about. And let's begin with going back to why marijuana is so heavily regulated in the first place. It was legal at the start of the 20th century, but anti-drug hysteria, fueled partly by racist stereotypes about who was using it, led to it being gradually outlawed around the country. And naturally, it was Richard Nixon, the Mozart of racially motivated lawmaking, who targeted it in his war on drugs for reasons that he was open about in conversations he inexplicably recorded.
You know, it's a funny thing. Every one of the bastards that are out for legalizing marijuana is Jewish. What's the Christ is the matter with the Jews, Bob? What is the matter with them? I suppose because most of them are psychiatrists. You know, they're submitting all the great psychiatrists are Jewish. By God, we are going to get the marijuana thing. And I want to get it right square in the puss.
Yes, yes. Quick historical footnote, you know who he's talking to there? Billy Bush. Yeah. Turns out people just open up to that guy. Always have. Now, Nixon signed the Controlled Substances Act in 1970, and it's still in effect today. Marijuana is classified as a Schedule I drug, the highest classification alongside heroin. Schedule II, a step down, features drugs like cocaine and methamphetamine. And marijuana is not a Schedule I any more than a hedgehog is an apex predator. You're not scaring anyone, Roland. Get a tattoo. But that federal law is constantly clashing with new state laws, and it's causing big problems. For instance, legal marijuana businesses have struggled to get bank accounts because at the federal level, they are still seen as criminal enterprises. So if banks took their deposits, that could be considered money laundering. And this has meant that businesses had to operate all cash.
100% of our revenue comes in cash. This is federal taxes that we pay in cash. Also our payroll, when we pay all 12 employees, they're getting envelopes of cash. These are state taxes.
That is a shitty way to be forced to do business. On the suspicious scale, cash-stuffed envelopes rank somewhere between unfurled hundreds dusted in white powder and a wad of damp wands containing a single pubic hair. And if you are wondering why he was talking about paying his federal taxes, yeah. Amazingly, under federal tax law, you must declare income even if the source of it is illegal. The tax code even has provisions like, if you receive a bribe, include it in your income. And if you steal property, you must report its fair market value. Which seems such an obvious trap to catch criminals. It should really be listed on the form as, this is a trap, are you really this stupid? Oh my God, you're filling out a federal form admitting guilt, aren't you, you dumb, dumb idiot? So marijuana businesses have all the tax liabilities of other businesses, but what they don't get is one major advantage.
The agency bars them from making most normal business deductions.
You know, you could end up with a tax bill far more than, you know, any potential profit you could ever make.
That's right. You can't deduct certain expenses, and that can mean that you pay double the amount of tax that you would if you were selling any other product. And just think about that. That means the shop where you bought your weed may pay double the amount of taxes paid by the shop where you ordered that shitty pizza, Greg. Yeah, I'm talking to you again, Greg. I told you this was important. Pay attention. And it is not just businesses facing difficulties, it's customers too. Just look at Brandon Coates, who was paralysed from a car accident as a teenager. Now, he had a prescription for medical marijuana, but he was fired from his job at the Dish Network after he failed a drug test.
What was it like for you when they said, we don't want you to work here anymore?
Well, it was devastating. I mean, it's hard enough for somebody like me to get a job. People look at me like they probably don't think that I can do what I can, you know?
Did you think because you had a medical marijuana card that you had license to go ahead and use it?
Well, I was under the impression that we had passed a law and that we had made it legal.
Yeah. It's frankly understandable that he thought he was doing nothing wrong. The state had given him a license to use medical marijuana legally, and yet he got fired anyway. And also, he couldn't turn to the Americans with Disabilities Act for help because that is a federal law and it doesn't protect marijuana use. All of which is pretty frustrating. That's like driving exactly the speed limit and getting pulled over by a cop who tells you, sorry, the federal speed limit is 3 and the legal age to drive is 62, and also you have to be drunk. Surprise, you're fucking under arrest now. And even if you are only dealing with your government at the state level, decades of enforcing anti-drug laws can result in local officials making big mistakes, as 2 Michigan parents, one of whom treated his epileptic seizures with marijuana, discovered in 2013.
Steve and Maria Green of Lansing helplessly watched as their infant daughter Bree was taken from their care. The reason given, the state-sanctioned medical marijuana user's home was too dangerous for their 6-month-old because of the plants inside.
It would place our residents at a higher rate of armed robbery and therefore was an imminent danger for my child to be removed.
That is just completely absurd. If you have valuable items in your home, we might take your children. Although I will say, that is going to add some real excitement to the Price is Right from now on. Oh, I really want that entertainment centre, but I love my kids. Fuck it, sorry, Tommy. Daddy's going for the plasma screen. It's a dream, son, a dream of mine. And look, I know that some people will say, well, hold on, the medical efficacy of marijuana needs a lot more study. And that is true. The problem is, it's very difficult to do that because, again, federal laws are standing in the way. To study marijuana, you need approval from 3 different federal agencies, which can take years. In fact, one scientist was forced to wait 6 years just to begin studying its effects on PTSD, which is a long time. I frankly wouldn't blame her if she just said, fuck it, I'm studying does chocolate during sex help red wine make you lose weight? At least that way I'll get to go on the Today Show. And if you are conducting a federally approved study on marijuana, you can only get it from one place.
Dr. Mahmoud El-Soli oversees the University of Mississippi's Marijuana Project. Its mission? To aid law enforcement and produce pot for federal study, mostly related to addiction. For all intents and purposes, you're the government's sole producer of marijuana.
Correct. It's true. The sole source of government-sanctioned marijuana is that guy at the University of Mississippi. So please update your stereotypes about the University of Mississippi, which I believe is the official slogan of the University of Mississippi. And while researchers wait for marijuana to study whether it helps with PTSD, plenty of veterans will tell you it absolutely does. Take Danny Belcher. He is a Vietnam vet who'd been prescribed a great deal of medication for pain and depression. But, as he told the Kentucky legislature in 2014, he found that when he tried marijuana, it started really helping him.
I do have my bowl of pot in my house, and if I wake up at night in that nightmare when I'm wringing wet with sweat, and I see Kramer, his dead body, Rodriguez, his dead body, if that nightmare gets so bad, I can't wake up and realize it's just a nightmare, I will light that pipe up, I'll be a criminal, I'll go back to sleep, but next morning, I will get up at 6 o'clock like I always do. Now, 4 days a week, I go to the gym, I run, I help other veterans. I couldn't do that if I was on them damn drugs the VA had me on.
Exactly. So for all the talk you hear of marijuana being a gateway drug, in his case, that gateway led to peaceful sleep, rigorous exercise, and community service. Pretty nice fucking gate, it turns out. Nice one to walk through if you get the chance. Now, you may have noticed that he said he's acting like a criminal there, which is a little odd because Kentucky actually has a medical marijuana law on the books. But the shortcomings of that law touch on many of the reasons why legal marijuana can actually be a bit of a grey area. For a start, Kentucky's law has many restrictions. It only applies to one marijuana product, and it requires a written order or a prescription. And that is a real problem, because under federal law, it is technically illegal for any doctor to write you a prescription for marijuana. Now, so most states, they get around that by just calling for a recommendation or a certification, which doctors can give you. But even if Kentucky's law did that, if Danny went to his doctors at the VA, they couldn't give him anything because they're a federal hospital. And federal policy prohibits VA doctors from even recommending marijuana regardless of the state law and regardless of their medical opinion, which again is a bit weird. A doctor shouldn't be ignored because he recommends marijuana. A doctor should only be ignored because he is televised. We all agree on that. We're all on the same page on that one, I think. But here's the thing, it gets worse. Even if Danny had a private doctor and Kentucky rewrote its law, where would he get marijuana from? Because Kentucky's law also neglected to set up any system for legal marijuana distribution, so he'd have to obtain it from somewhere else. But where would he do that? And how? Now, he could have it shipped, right? Except, no, that would be a federal crime. But what if he flew to a state where marijuana is completely legal and just brought it back to Kentucky? Here's the thing, no, again, that is also a federal crime. Could he drive to a neighbouring state to get what he needs? Unfortunately, no, because 2 of those states have total prohibitions on marijuana and the rest don't currently recognise out-of-state patients. Now, if you are thinking, well, hold on, could he train a carrier pigeon to carry the pot from Colorado? Yes, that's a good idea, and cool bird stamp. But, as a practical matter there, no. Partly because it's illegal, and partly because you know the bird will eat it on the way, stop flying, and spend the whole night giggling about how owls seem like they have glasses, but, like, don't have glasses? And that's crazy, right? They don't know, but it's there, right? The point is, if you live in Kentucky, despite there being a law that ostensibly gives access to medical marijuana, there's virtually no legal way for you to get it. Now, things fractionally improved toward the end of the Obama administration because his general attitude was essentially this.
We still have federal laws that classify marijuana as an illegal substance, but we're not going to spend a lot of resources trying to turn back decisions that have been made at the state level on this issue.
Right. His attitude to pot was basically, I'm not going to hassle you over this unless you make me. Essentially the same policy as a security guard at a Dave Matthews concert. And his administration issued guidelines in that spirit. By the end of his term, it was actually a little easier to study marijuana and for dispensaries to get bank accounts. But those guidelines weren't permanent, and that could be a real problem. Because our new Attorney General is Jeff Sessions, the concept of golf expressed in man form. And he has been pretty clear where he stands on marijuana.
This is not a non-dangerous drug. This drug is dangerous. You cannot play with it. It's not funny. It's not something to laugh about. And trying to send that message with clarity that good people don't smoke marijuana. Well, Lady Gaga said she's addicted to it and is not harmless.
Yeah, OK, Jeff. But Lady Gaga also said, I believe that men and women deserve to love each other equally, as well as touch me in the dark, put your hands all over my body parts. So please, Jeff, if you're going to live your life according to Gaga quotes, accept the entire canon. And listen, I'm not saying there shouldn't be laws that place sensible restrictions on marijuana as there are with other substances, but our federal laws desperately need to be brought up to date. And perhaps there is no clearer sense of just how establishment that view is becoming than this.
The Cannabis Caucus is a bipartisan effort to protect state marijuana laws and blow out outdated federal prohibitions on weed. Believe it or not, these are the guys pushing for legalized pot in Congress.
Yes. There is now a Cannabis Caucus in D.C., and it's co-chaired by these 4 narcs. And if even an 83-year-old Republican from Alaska has come around on this issue, then it's probably time for our laws to catch up. And there are a bunch of ideas out there. One bill proposed just this week would remove marijuana from the Controlled Substances Act and officially rename the ATF the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Marijuana, Firearms and Explosives, which does really make sense. Just get all the awesome stuff together in one place. In fact, why not keep going and make it the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Marijuana, Firearms, Explosives, Monster Trucks, Motorcycle Jumps, and sick-ass leather jackets with tigers on them. And by the way, that jacket is even sicker in person. This is my jacket. This was me this morning. This is an actual $6,000 Gucci jacket. And for anyone stupid enough to buy one of these, it's worthless now. I just made your jacket uncool and worthless by wearing it. But that bill is just one proposal. Fixing all of this is a huge undertaking. Marijuana laws affect everything from environmental regulations to international treaties. And ideally, we should also go back and expunge records of people convicted of low-level marijuana offences in the past. And all of this, I know, is a lot of work, which is why we should really start right now. Because I would argue that it is absolutely worth it for people like Brandon Coates and for people like Danny Belcher and perhaps most of all for Greg, who has been freaking the fuck out this whole time. I can see you, Greg, and I can hear your thoughts.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was John Oliver of Last Week Tonight. I got to tell you, it's one of my favorite YouTube shows. Why? Because I can get it for free. He's got a great show, and I thought that was very interesting and a little something different for tonight's live episode of The Marijualogist. We've got to talk about the business of Marijualogist tonight. We've got our returning champion, 420, who's joining us live in the studio. Also coming up right after this musical segment, we've got Ikkor the Wolf, our man on the street, who's going to put us down what is happening at the cannabis dispensary level. You are intelligently tuned to tonight's live episode of The Marijualogist with yours truly. Might as well get on the camera. Hey, how you doing? Richard Karr. And I want to thank Wardrobe for hooking me up once again with the gear from our good friends over at Green Tees Apparel, the official sponsors of tonight's show. But the next segment of our show is going to be sponsored by our good friend 420. And we're going to take a little musical interlude and be right back with our live studio guest and, of course, myself and Ikkor the Wolf. So stay tuned. Coming up right after Eyes Wide, a little segment we put together for 420. Thanks to him for sending the music in. Enjoy. We'll be right back.
It's just a little herb. Oh, it's just a little herb star. It's just a little herb star. Oh, I've been saving. Oh, I've got time for raving. I'll rave all night long. I've got time for feeling good with all my brethren. We like to socialize. We like to feel so irate. And to ease our mental state of mind, we're smoking sensei. It's just a little herb. It's just a little herb star. It's just a little herb star. I've been saving. They gave me no chance. Oh, was I left for dance? They stopped me and searched me and asked me why, as if smoking is a crime. It's just a little herb. Whoa, just a little herb star. It's just a little herb star. I've been saving. He asked a man my name, how old and my address. He asked me if I knew I had something that I shouldn't. He turned my pockets out. He turned them inside over. And then it fell onto the floor. My little herb star. Officer, it's just a little herb. Oh yeah, it's just a little herb star. It's just a little herb star. I've been saving. Ooh, just a little herb. It's just a little herb star. It's just a little herb star. I've been saving. That I've been saving. That I've been saving. All night, alright. Smoke with my brethren and feel alright. Oh, now I've been saving. I've been saving.
VIP Live. We all do it happen. It's a matter of time. No, it's cool. You can roll that up in the club. That's that Cali shit, man. You know we stay with the loudest smoke out here, man.
It all started in the trap, just like T.I.P. Bands on the table and my feet too. You see 'em trapping in my sixes, just like Drake do. Coolin' in the VIP, that's a VIP. It all started in the trap, just like T.I.P. Bands on the table and my feet too. Yeah, trapping in my sixes, just like Drake do. Step up in the club, I'm grabbing gold bottles. Bring a couple flutes for these foreign models. In the section with your bitch, I'm feeling real groovy. Pop that ace, pop that mo, nigga, it's a movie. If you think I changed, I'm still the same guy. Stay up in your lane, this ain't the same high. I'm smoking platinum cookies with some OG Keith. If I need a beat, I hit my nigga Reef. Work downtown, but I'm coolin' in the valley. Strip clubs everywhere, nigga, dance with Sally. Pull up in the Benz, fuck a caddy. Buy the champagne room and had a baddest call me daddy. Niggas beefin', go to rallies. In and out if you in Cali. I don't do that hosting Sally. Add a real nigga on the snaps. I like you on your knees, like you out here shooting craps. Suck a nigga good, go home, take a nap. That's how you guarantee that you coming back. Coolin' in the VIP with a stack. I like how that sundress poke when you throw it back. Back, 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 back. 420. Coolin' in the VIP, that's the VIP. It all started in the trap, just like T.I.P. Bands on the table and my feet too. You see 'em trapping in my sixes, just like Drake do. Coolin' in the VIP, that's a VIP. It all started in the trap, just like T.I.P. Bands on the table and my feet too. You see 'em trapping in my sixes, just like trap. Niggas shooting disses, they ain't hurt me. It's still fuck they couch, Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace, my nigga Charlie Murphy. We gon' ball one time like James Worthy. Pouring out the hymn for fallen homies. I might sip that gin if I got them Xannies on me. I might hit her friend if her friend is fucking on me. I'm a beast, I'm a monster, man, they don't know me.
They don't know me,
yeah.
They know me now, cause I rap. Sometimes I sing it on out when I trap. Gotta keep it patient, cause I know it come on back. If I flip it, hope I probably make it right on back. I just wanna tell the shorty she can come on back. Bring her friend around the way and bring some friends for my niggas. Hop up in a Uber, gotta get the truck, cause you know when we pull up, you know when we pull up, we gon' be
Coolin' in the VIP, that's the VIP. It all started in the trap, just like T.I.P. Bands on the table and my feet too. You see 'em trapping in my sixes, just like Drake do. Coolin' in the VIP, that's the VIP. It all started in the trap, just like T.I.P. Bands on the table and my feet too. You see 'em trapping in my sixes, just like Drake do.
Yeah, back to back. We smoking that back to back. Brought up like 30 for bloods. We call it the
the power like ghosts. Yeah, meet up with Fed on the coast. Yeah, hit up the stove for the smoke. I'm out here doing the most. I get a nigga the blues. The same what you fucking with low. No, yeah, roll up the flavors. Yeah. We got Dutchess and paper.
Smoking them back to back. Got some good cushion in my sack. Smoking the best, need a plaque. Did what I did for the racks. Got family, they follow my tracks. Mixing the cookies and wax. Man, I'm high as hell, but got the blue roll in the back. Walmart rolling them backs. Got papers, you know that it's ass. Hop out the coupe with the max. If you play around with my cash, hybrids and endo, smoking official. You rolling that Reggie, you know that's a no-no. I'm moving in slow-mo from Chasing Wells Fargo. Cashing these checks, all on pro bono. Some people talk about smoking weed.
Talking about that shit.
Others just do it. Real niggas don't talk about getting cheese. They get straight to it. When I spit, you know it's that fluid. And say I'm the best, it's the highest to do it. And trying to brag, I'm trying to prove it. It's more to this music. Break the beat down, then tag a producer. Roll up through drugs like you stole like Medusa. Jesus Christ, roll up a blunt. Hit up the key right out of the pipe. Chill in the booth, feeling real hype. Man, I'm fresh, that meaning I'm right. Smoking on fruit, tasting alright. Man, all night, gone.
Alright, 4 take Franklin. Yeah. 4 takes. Here we go. Yeah. I know you know that it go this way. Don't be surprised that I flow this way. It wasn't me that chose this way. Yeah. Straight off the dome with it. Now you're in the realer, so don't act like you won't get it. It's the best when you sit at home alone with it. Roll a Dutch, spark it up, nigga. Get in the zone with it. I fuck a bitch, then I dip set like Killer Cam. Wearing pink for breast cancer, and I'm still a man. Shawty so bad, she'll fuck around and steal your man. Music that can steal a fan. More likes on my Instagram. Killer. Purple haze and great babes. When I look back, boy, I made some great tapes. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying? I'll turn into the great ape. I'm here to fuck shit up like Bill Cosby on a date. Shit, I know you know that it go this way. Don't be surprised that I flow this way. It wasn't me that chose this way. Yeah. I know you know that it go this way. Don't be surprised that I flow this way. It wasn't me that chose this way. Yeah.
I hear you, Dust, man. You know, in life, you gotta remember to play the cards we're dealt and not base everything else off what we felt. Look, coffee shop flow, I got my cushion cappuccino. Andy Reid flow, I'm out here cheap, it ain't legal. Chillin' with a bad one, plotting out these next moves. Man, I'm trying to see what that neck do. 420, I'm on the grind like some horny teens. Trying to get this money, man, trying to stack this green. 93 premium, my cushion's gasoline. Light it up, hit it once, but don't pass the Charlie Sheen. My flow game is vital, giving lyrics is a revival to let them know that lyrics matter like words in the Bible. I'm doing this for all the ones who said I never take off. You right, I usually work, ain't got the time to take off. I dip to the set like my man Santana, it was all crew there. We ain't need bandanas, got our ear to the street, we ain't need antennas. Wi-Fi flow, bar stay tip top. If you connect with me, I had to give you the pass lock. I stepped through the spot like the coolest nigga you ever known. It's 420, I stay blown. Yeah.
Oh man, as I take a sip off my juice and kick back and listen to the sounds of 420 and its crew. This is some straight sit back, relax, and blow 1 or 2 or 3 to yourself or with your crew, you know? This is dope. I like that. So I'm gonna take me a quick sip because I need to re-crinse myself off of that.
Off cue, I had to bring it back and re-rack. Man, wow. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's live episode of the world's only show that explores the global impact of cannabis, and if I may say, for the record, the local impact of cannabis on California and the globe, the world's only show, the Marijualogist. The original. The original. Been doing this since 2009, when it wasn't sexy to be an advocate, when it wasn't sexy to be, representing this culture. the creativity, the artistry,
Limited.
the amazing things that are, that
You
happen.
you a frontliner, baby. Frontliner.
That happen when you put it in the air. All right, so if you could, tell them who they're listening to.
They're listening to the sounds of 420.
Mm-hmm.
Matt.
Man, let me give him a rousing round of applause. Your mic is hot, too. All right, so look.
Yeah, that's dope. Real chill.
Ikkor the Wolf, the one and only. You might know him from such shows as The Wolf's Den, first Friday every month at 8 p.m. Pacific. Let's give it up. Oh, welcome back to the show, my brother.
Thank you, brother.
A
Thank
man
you,
on the
brother.
street, from the dispensary level.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
I want you to give us a little insight on what's going on, because I know you got your thumb to the pulse. But before we do that, let's not waste any time and introduce our special returning champion tonight. We've got the one and only 420.
What's going on, everybody?
Sponsoring that musical segment here on the Marijualogist tonight officially, and he's going to give out details about his company. We're going to get his banner up. We're going to make sure we get that out there and, pump the brand as we do.
As we do.
Each and every Friday, 4:20 p.m. Pacific, the Marijualogist. Ikkor the Wolf, man, is so glad to have you back on the deck.
Man.
What's going on the streets?
Well, I can tell you one thing. We just opened up our collective.
Rousing round of applause.
Shout out to, yes. Shout out to Natural Lifestyles Wellness Center. Again, Natural Lifestyles Wellness Center located at 7301 South Broadway in Los Angeles, right off of Florence Avenue. And we're a new collective, and it's interesting because I me as a vendor, working both sides, and I've done security in collectives. I've been to dispensaries. I've worked behind the counter at certain dispensaries, and so just sitting back and watching and observing all the time. And now I'm managing one as well. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Of course, the headaches come with it, but I looked at it today as I was driving over here. Because I thought the situation right here, what I'm speaking on now, to myself, how I saw so many other managers and speak to them when I'm, back there taking care of business with them, and they speak about how much, headaches it is and just the stress and blase. But I look at it, I'm like, well, if you're in control of some shit, you control the pace.
Say that.
You know what I'm saying?
Say that.
You control the pace, and if they're not speaking your language of this protocol, then something has to change. It's that simple. Something has to change. But running this particular one, like I said, is very interesting because there are no two dispensaries that are run the same way. They might have the same particular products and items inside of it, but everybody has their own.
What do you mean by that, though? I mean, can you be a bit more specific?
Well, okay, for one, it's a collective dispensary. So they're going to have the flowers in there, trees, multi, cannabis, weed, whatever. They're going to have that in there. And then they're going to have all like the vapes and the extracts and oils and medibles and juices. They have this a gamut of the cannabis flower in all different forms. Now, they might have the same thing, just like every club has a DJ, has a bar, and they have people in there that come to frequent their clubs, but they're still different. Everybody run it differently. You have some that have.
That's why you go to different clubs.
Exactly, exactly, and that's what these are, clubs, collectives. But like I said, it's very interesting because it's always something new to learn because you have different people coming in, different patients coming in, different attitudes, different cultures, different races. And it's very interesting. So I always embrace the whole movement and managerial position as look at it as it's all interesting all the time. I don't care if it's a situation that gets heated or whatever. It's very interesting. That way the energy is kept at a median, no matter what it is.
I think it's safe to say you're in the trenches, my brother.
In the trenches, because and speaking of the trenches, a lot of collectives be careful out there as well because you pop up in these neighborhoods and all of a sudden you're popular.
Man.
You're popular, and here come the extortioners. You know what I mean? They come all those games.
That happens?
It happens. Here come all the gameplay. All the neighborhood politics and all this situation, and don't go for it. Don't go for it. Simple as that. Because this is your life.
It's your business.
This is your business.
It really is.
This is your heartbeat.
And it's a
This
real
is your
business, and
baby.
people
This
need
is
to
real.
understand that.
Understand this is-
Anybody, if you open up a fruit stand, you're not just going to come up to my fruit stand and be like, look here, you can't sell those bananas on our block without paying us some of it. I'm like, if you ain't out there paying for and plucking these bananas, you know,
You're not about to
back up.
You ain't about to sit up and
Back up.
sit up and smoke cigarettes in trees and drink all day and do dirt out here in the streets, and then wake up, decide I want to go get some money today, and you're gonna do this every day. Hey, man, get that out of here. For one, don't do this to your own people.
Good point.
For one, in these urban neighborhoods, don't do this to your own people. Support. Ask, how can you be an assistant to this? How can I be down? How can I, help? How can I make some money with you? How can I work? But to come at an angle, negative, dark cloud, and putting lives at danger and at risk, what is that? And then we harp on Black Lives Matter. That makes me say, to hell with all that. It's about black on black.
Well, you
lives
don't mean
matter.
to hell with it.
No, black on black lives matter. I'm like,
But
that's
you-
what I
but you
feel.
do feel
no,
that-
that was my words, and I'm not taking it
Okay,
back.
I bet.
And
Right.
we saying it is etched in
Say it
stone.
on
It's
it,
on
mean it.
computer.
Mhm.
It's on digital. It's digital. It's etched. It's in there,
Mm.
embedded. So I'm like, it's about black on black lives matter. Simple as that. Because we can't come out here, all of a sudden, you just stepping to people that you don't know. You don't know nothing about them. First of all, you don't know what they got behind them, and you gonna come and show your face card like that. That ain't the move to make, first and foremost. And like I said again, see about how can you be down,
right,
and help the movement, because we have big things happening for our collective in our community. And I have other phone calls coming in, from other collectives letting me know that those particular things have happened to them.
Really?
So this is what's happening out there, and this is all it is a form of laziness. Laziness. Get off your ass and go make something happen. Don't sit around and wait, because you didn't know anything about any of these collectives and these people before they came and erected their building. All of a sudden you see this, and now this becomes part of your life. You're introducing yourself and entering their lives. They don't know you. They don't care to know you like that.
What part does the new collective, this new business, play in owing something to the community and making sure that employment happens, guaranteeing that they're not just
Right.
there
Talk to us about that first before you see something that's happening first, and then say, okay, this ain't happening, and you guys thrive in this and the other, then speak. But to come in the beginning and you don't know what's going on, it's early in the process, and then you don't come with that. Get out of here. I might want to listen to that, because we strong out here. We know people are strong out here, and anybody's buying that. And you have to be aware of that, and this is part of what's
so
out there in
new
the streets.
collective owners pay attention. There's more to it than just going into a neighborhood and suddenly, you feel that I've got a business, leave me alone, let me go about my business, and I don't owe you anything. And I'm not saying that's what your position is, but there certainly is something to be said about opening a business in a neighborhood and how that business interacts with the neighborhood. That's an important part of it.
Because most
And I
times,
think collectives are going to learn an important lesson about it. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Because most times on
to
the
me.
psychological aspect of it, you as the patient or any customer going to a store or wherever, but you as a patient, since we're speaking on cannabis and collectives, you go inside of these collectives, you're just on, even though you're seeing everything in here, because you see the bud tender, you see the security, you see everything, right? But you really don't see everything. All you're seeing is your moment in there dealing as a patient and getting served. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then so by you seeing that, and every time you walk in there, you're just able to go in there and leave on out of there, come in, leave on out, come in, leave on out. So you're like, damn, I can run this. I can do one of these. And it just seems so simple.
Now,
it seems very simple, but
how many
it's not that
times-
simple. You have to know both sides of this situation.
Under the medical marijuana laws, there were limitations to how many times a patient could, in fact, visit a collective.
Yes.
And
still have collectives like
you
that.
were limited to how many collectives you could visit in one day. There were actual regulations on the books that said you couldn't run from one shop to the next.
Right.
There wasn't, though, a centralized filing system whereby if you registered with one cannabis collective or
It's gonna
dispensary,
it's gonna
it would
register
register
everywhere.
with
It's
city
gonna-
government
it's
so
gonna
they could
ping.
say, hey, wait a minute, and keep track of what people were doing. And that that loophole allowed a lot of lawlessness in what is otherwise a very peaceful industry and movement and culture, you know. But all that said, you know, buyer beware, caveat emptor.
Exactly.
To
because
all of you folks out there who think you want to open up a cannabis collective,
because there are things happening that you don't
there's
see,
a
that
lot
you don't
more
know
to it
about.
than what you think there is. And here's what's really scary, Ikkor. I want to get on to some great news that you've got to announce to our audience tonight. But here's what's really scary, man.
What's that?
Is when you consider that in 2018, when cannabis goes legal
Mhm.
in a flashpoint city like Los Angeles, where we live and breathe, that these places are going to be popping up all over the neighborhoods by and large, because many people think it's very easy to do, and they don't, like you just pointed out, don't realize how much is behind really opening up a cannabis dispensary, how much security is involved, how much reinforcement of walls and floors and roofs are involved. It's just not opening up a mom and pop candy store. And if you do open that up, and in certain flashpoints of LA, they see you prospering, I think you spoke very eloquently about the dangers that people need to be aware of. So I think most importantly, get a lawyer.
Have your security together. So, I mean, fill out your, file your report in that area. Make sure you file that. If anything happens at your collective, you file the report with the law enforcement, the police department. You file because if anything else happens, it's on record. If they come back in there tripping inside of your establishment or threatening you or in a threatening motion and something happens to them, then by law you are protected because you have been you've put this paperwork in and showed about this disturbance and this feel of life.
Right.
You know, because you're putting up your blood, sweat, and tears to operate a wellness center for the betterment of people. You know, as well as, like you say, you want to do well while doing good. But don't shut that down or make an attempt to shut it down because you can't get your way, because the word is like, hey, they shutting all these dispensaries down. Like, for what? For what? Because they can't wake up and come get money
and be responsible.
And then after they get money, whatever, still go back and do dirt and darkness. We're not buying that. We're just not buying that, man.
All right, moving on to other news before we get to our special guest tonight, live in the studio with us, 420. 420, I know you're chomping at the bit for this one, man, but, you know, I'm actually going to do a reset in a moment, and we're going to take a quick commercial break. But Ikkor the Wolf is presenting tonight for the first time to our global audience in 150 countries worldwide, over 10, maybe 11 million tuners, both live and on demand in all kind of ways on Twitter and Facebook. He is introducing his official logo for our sponsors, the official sponsors of the Marijualogist, Green Crosses Apparel. So let's get that up on the screen.
Sure.
Right? All right, now.
Good
So
3D-ish.
I see this, we're showing this momentarily, a big giant banner where it's public. So it's like a public event where you were and, you know, you bossed off with the big banners. You see that up now?
Yes.
It's coming up momentarily, yeah.
Looks very nice.
You'll see
There
it in a
is.
minute, yeah.
Big banner.
So what's going on here, man? You're doing big things.
Yeah, because it's coming in a forward motion in a 3D state. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So while it's been in a 3D state, it's like, as I said, it's coming at you. And it's steadily coming.
And there it
coming.
is.
It looks like it just grows and grows and just keep growing. And it is, the more you look at it, the more it just changes, but still stays the same as a green cross. So there you have it, green crosses, two different versions.
Like my daddy and the Temptations used to sing. Like a snowball rolling down the side of a snow-covered hill. It's growing.
It's growing.
You get that? I mean, those are clever lyrics. Those are Temptations.
As clever as those
Gamble and Huff wrote that.
triangles that created. into
Very
a
clever
cross.
logo, man.
Thank you very much.
Very multi-dimensional.
Shout out to Scaudette Studios, Scott Studios.
Round
for
of
that.
applause.
Scott Studios. Yeah. You know, I looked at 420's graphics too. He got some dope graphics too for his brand.
Right. We're going to be bringing some of that up as well a little later in the show. So, you know, I mean, without further ado, let's welcome back 420.
What's going on? What's going on?
To the mic. What's happening with you, brother? I'm going to put your logo up now. Loving that. That's hotness. And you are back, once again, and we appreciate you being back, as a matter of fact.
I appreciate y'all having me back here, for real.
No doubt. And you have been in development with several new projects as well.
Of course.
So you've got big things popping, small things dropping as well.
Always.
Tell us about what you've been up to lately.
Actually, I've been working as usual, but this Wednesday I performed. I actually opened up DJing, because I do that. I'm a DJ as well. I opened up DJing and performing with YFN Lucci. Mozzie performed.
Nice.
Who else was out there? I think Too Short pulled up as well, but I don't think he performed. But it was a great event down at the Marquee. But I knocked that out. That was a dope event. But I actually dropped my new video today, actually exclusive on my Facebook page. So if you follow that, you can go check that out. 4K, my Facebook page is facebook.com/official420, 420H, official420. Just facebook.com, official420. Go there and check the video out. Like my page. Shit, I'm always moving. And I'm actually making some moves back to Missouri actually on Monday to do some gigs. Just to do some gigs.
Stay with us, brother. Stay with us. Don't leave us.
I'm just trying to give them a little flavor, then get
the
back up out of
Marijualogist
there.
will never
when you get back, they're gonna be like, man, I'm telling you, man, you need to come on back home, man. I got
Already.
these boots at the steel mill, man. I know the foreman, man. I can get you in, man. I can get you in.
Nope. I ain't doing that
at
no
the
more.
steel mill.
Right. No, that's a good job out there though, but no, I can't do it.
At the steel mill, you be working forever, but you getting trying. You get them checks, but you can't spend it.
You can't spend nothing. But I'm trying to link up with Ikkor. What's going on with the collective? That's my move. I'm trying to open one of those, but I got to start somewhere.
We don't like the word try around these parts.
We don't try. We do.
Don't try, just do it, baby.
I'm on my Grussel.
There it is.
My man. My man's in
Quick
there.
study, isn't it?
Yeah,
quick study.
He's a great student of life.
Yeah,
he's an alchemist.
All right, so, but we were featuring some of your music during what we are going to consider the official. You're sponsoring that segment of our show.
We're making a
because
lot
we
of
played
shit
your music
tonight.
We consider you the official sponsor of that segment, that little musical segue that we did. We heard 3 songs, and there's one we've got lined up as well that we'll take on after the reset. First, we heard VIP.
Yeah.
Right? Then Back to Back, and then This Way.
Three totally different tracks.
Right.
Like,
I'm
three
just going to
different
go back to
vibes.
This Way real quick.
Hey, it's my track.
Because it's so damn funky.
When I heard the beat, I was just like,
give me that.
Well, I could do something with this.
This the one. Yeah.
Give me that.
Like that cipher, you know
Right,
what I mean?
exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
telling
you
you.
just.
They just don't cipher no more
You know,
like that.
I just picture a big circle that everybody's just rapping. Like, hey.
How about a cannabis-infused cipher session with my man's 420? You want to spit?
Always.
Word?
Always.
He said always.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Straight off the dome with it. Now you're in the realest, so don't act like you won't get it. It's the best when you sit at home alone with it. Roll a Dutch, spark it up, nigga. Get in the zone with it. I fuck a bitch, then I dip set like Hillary Cam. Wearing pink for breast cancer, and I'm still a man. Shawty so bad, she'll fuck around and steal your man. Music that can steal a fan. More likes on my Instagram, killer. Purple haze and great vapes. When I look back, boy, I made some great tapes. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying? I'll turn into the great ape. I'm here to fuck shit up like Bill Cosby on a date. Shit, I know you know that it go this way. Don't be surprised that I flow this way.
All right, let's get back in here. We don't want to give him too much, man. Because, you know,
that's on iTunes.
We're real well
Spotify.
known to be breaking records around these parts. Because we broke a lot of records around here. For the uninitiated out there, look it up. But we break records. We break music here.
No doubt.
So,
No doubt.
man, and thank you for that. That was hot, man. Hold on. Let me just rock this one. Just give him another little taste of this.
That beat, like the whole band, like a whole band was up there, and you just walked into the more of a freestyle.
Right.
So this one, shout out to my homie Bartek out in Poland. He's a 16-year-old high schooler producer. I linked up with him on SoundCloud, and we just been working. So
unbelievable.
Don't let the distance hold you back. Shout out my man Dutch on the track. Dutch Young out in KC. We out here. We about to make it happen. We got a show October 6th and 7th. Shatter Cup, Rick Ross, Juicy J, Nipsey.
Oh man, that's hot.
Game, all that. We turn it
hot.
Diesel, don't open that window. Don't let out the endo. They said that you Yeah, Red Bull Kush, yeah, you see a nigga flying. Wayne straight up out the den, bitch, I do this for my lines. Yeah, Dutch full of that weed smoke, blunt stick like a peacoat, Kush cloud like a steamboat. My girlfriend is a dreamboat. I got the power like
All
ghost.
right. North dot. We can't give them too much. You gotta just give them a little tease. All right, first of all, where is it available before we get to the break?
You can get those 2 tracks. Like I said, you can't get the first one. That was an exclusive break. Nobody's heard that one yet, so we just dropped that
Breaking
one.
records,
Just
right
dropped that
here.
one.
Records.
That back to back though, that just dropped. You can get that one actually on SoundCloud. I just put it on SoundCloud. So SoundCloud.com/CushCloud Productions. SoundCloud.com/CushCloud Productions.
All right. Ikkor the Wolf.
Yes.
Take us to the break, would you?
Yes. This is the sounds.
That's Anita Blunt in the
of
background.
Anita Blunt.
You remember?
Smoke You Up.
Wow.
Yes, Smoke You
I
Up.
collab with Anita Blunt.
Yeah, no doubt.
Freddie Joint.
But y'all stay tuned to the Marijualogist every Friday, 4:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is your co-host, Ikkor the Wolf, along with Richard Karr, and along with my man 420 in the building, representing the cannabis life, y'all. So stay tuned. We'll be right back on a quick break.
Roll up.
I reach into my vial. There's nothing there in my vial. I'm contemplating, was I high and smoked up on my shit? Then was I stoned and smoked it all without not knowing it? I hop a quick, I sit and think, 1 blunt, 2 blunts, or was it 3? Can't remember if I smoked it all with company. Gotta admit the memory ain't nothing what it used to be. Oh well, that's me. I need some weed. Can't hit the shop, it's too early. Oh, why did I smoke you up, smoke you up, smoke you up, smoke you up? Oh, why did I smoke you up, smoke you up, smoke you up and not leave enough?
If an emergency happened or something like that, the only thing I'm packing is food in a sack, cause it's mandatory that I gotta be stoned. Like Ice Cube said, once again it's on. It's a fucked up feeling when you're California fiending. If you smoke bud, you know exactly what I'm meaning. Open up your jar when you trip cause it's empty, but the night before you could've swore you had plenty with no connects and don't know what to do. So you try to drink a 40 as a substitute, but it doesn't feel the same as that Mary Jane. Creeping up real slow, marinating my brain. And I've been at the bottom feeling just like a peasant, saving all my roaches and scraping up my resin. I smoke so much weed that I sweat THC. A day without herb, I can never let it be.
Oh, why did I smoke you up, smoke you up, smoke you up, smoke you up? Oh, why did I smoke you up, smoke you up, smoke you up and not leave enough? Oh, I was over at acetone. Damn, it must have slipped my head. Instead of packing like a pack rat, I was packing like a fat cat instead. Can't believe I did it once again. A fucked up habit that I got. I always do it to myself. I'm always smoking on my pot. I got no options, I could call a weedman from the streets, but it's a Monday and it's 6 a.m. before his peak. That's fucking weak. I need some weed, a long morning, THC free. I can't believe I got no marijuana for my brain. I always do this cause Anita Blunt's my fucking name. I need to go at 10 a.m. I pull up to the front, guess what? They're open. Oh, why did I smoke you up, smoke you up, smoke you up, smoke you up? Oh, why did I smoke you up?
Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. You're tuned in to LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk.
What up, though? This your man, Ikkor the Wolf, inviting you to join me every first Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the Wolf's Den at LATalkLive.com. Now, join me as I spotlight some of the hottest talent of all genres of music. So don't forget to tune in every first Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, exclusively on LATalkLive.com and the AmericaTalkLive.com broadcast network. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk. Get it? Ow!
Just cause I did
a homie low key. Sativa in the day, at night I'm off that OG. I spin a check, make it right back. Ball too hard, I need an ice pack. Yeah. But the game to be sold, nigga, not told. A nigga gotta rock it for the game so cold. Got the Japanese beans, Brody so blow. Eyes low, let the tie blow. You tell your homegirls you don't, but baby, I know for sure. Smoke it up, then the fun go down. How you do when that sun go down and the smoke go around? How it go when your clothes hit the ground? I beat it up like it stole something. You caked up, let me hold something. I blow it out, then we smoke something. And we can keep it on the low. And don't nobody need to know nothing. Now let's smoke.
That I want to smoke. Don't mean that I don't want to. Don't mean that I don't want to. Just 'cause I didn't say that I want to smoke. Don't mean that I don't want to. Don't mean that I don't want to.
Let's ride. Here we go. That California smoke. I got the kind of dope to make a G nigga choke. Couple tokes out of backwood. Roll a king size that, 'cause the doty tastes that good. Playboy on the grind, fly chick on my side. Blowing that Obama OG out a nigga ride. Presidential down PCH. Mandatory haters never want to see me straight. Stay high on the low, sticky, icky, dro. Give a herb a pass like Proposition 64. 5 J's in my case stash. No, you can't hit my smoke if your breath smell like straight ass. Need weed, hit the spot, flavors like soda pop. Always got a blaze 20 minutes after 4 o'clock. Wanna smoke, girl, you know who to call. And when a nigga wanna stroke, yeah, I know who to call. And that's you.
Just 'cause I didn't say that I want to smoke. Don't mean that I don't want to. Don't mean that I don't want to.
I know you do.
Just 'cause I didn't say that I want to smoke. Don't mean that I don't want to. Don't mean that I don't want to.
Bad bitch wanna smoke. You say you want a nigga with the business, but you caught up in your feelings, and the nigga wanna keep it on the low. And I just wanna smoke. I just wanna smoke. Come smoke with me.
Know you wanna smoke with a nigga.
Come smoke with me.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Yeah. Now, I saw that freshman XXL Cypher this year. I was pretty disappointed. You know what I mean? Ain't no hate here, but I just want to show what I would have done. So here's my challenge, 420 open bar challenge.
Intergalactic flow, I'm seeing spaceships, shit you would dread to see. Like a Haitian, when I'm in my zone, I'm usually pacing. These other rappers out here acting like we racing. Feeling complacent about my place up in the rap game. I've been independent, doing the whole damn thing. So who are you to tell me what to do and say? I've been the damn cap since JCK. Yeah, and that's some high school Missouri shit. It's crazy how high school in Missouri get a whole parking lot if you claim a hick. And the principal and administration, they cool with it. So what's a young nigga do with it? Rolling up a swish, but ain't shooting shit. Smoking on a swish, just shooting shit. And why the cops keep shooting shit? Then they got a whole story like it's relevant. It's like the video surveillance ain't evidence. It's evident they tryna kill us off and celebrate after they hit a pop. Treat that shit like Mazel Tov. But not a muzzle's off, I'm higher than the building loft. Out here exploring Northern California like Lara Croft. Yeah, just know that I do this. You other niggas out here just the new kids. Nasty when I spit like mucus. Out of this world like George Lucas. Skywalker OG, twisted. Mix it with the cookies, get lifted. I'm shifted. That mean I'm always getting capital. And if a key get aboard the boat, then it's taxable. If that key don't make it, then El Chapo know. And we all know he gets irrational. Ration flow, cause I heal from the verbal shots. And lead them fuck niggas screwed like Michael Watts. Off top, I can't think of another nigga going off top. See, when they rap they bars, it's like a bandaging. When I rap my bars, it's autopsy. Flow so vivid, a cyclopsy. And my style trickier than Run DMC. So nigga have the decency to respect a real nigga out here doing them real things. Why you faking at the crib selling whole streams? Chilling in the fucking bra and some whole jeans.
This shit can go on forever. I know your baby
back?
mother
It's
wish
right,
you
it's hot
took that
now.
pill before y'all got together. I know your crib on the street weak. I know you wouldn't fade. You would just try to catch a sneak.
Yeah,
Then
420.
talk about how you knocked a nigga all week. You sweet.
420 in the building. You
420,
did.
bitch.
Yeah. Say that again.
Get at me.
Get at me. You know
Bitch.
who it is, man.
So go on
420.
that motherfucker.
420, baby.
Open bar challenge. There's a lot of bars in there. Some of them will be raised a little above your little normal understanding, so you might have to go back and reread that. You know what I mean? Because I said some shit that you got to go back and check it out. Yeah, you got to check it out,
Mike Bond in the building.
bruh.
Yeah,
Say
that's
something to
hot.
the audience, Mike Bond. Mike Bond,
birthday, man. It's his life day. It's his life day.
And we're celebrating his birthday tonight, going extended hours with the Marijualogist.
Hip hop forever.
Yeah, he don't say much.
HHF. Yeah.
You want that?
These other rappers out here acting like we racing.
Don't give him too much, then.
Feeling complacent about my place up in the rap game. I've been independent doing the whole damn thing. So who are you to tell me what to do and say? I've been the damn cap since JCK. Yeah, and that's some high school Missouri shit. It's crazy how high school in Missouri get a whole parking lot if you claiming hick. And the principal administration, they cool with it. So what's a young nigga do with it? Rolling up a swish, but ain't shooting shit. Smoking on a swish, but ain't shooting shit. And why the cops keep shooting shit? Then they got a whole story like it's relevant. It's like the video surveillance ain't evidence. It's evident they trying to kill us off and celebrate after they hit a pop. Treat that shit like Mazel Tov. But now the muzzle's off, I'm higher than a building loft. Outer exploring Northern California like Lara Croft. Yeah, just know that I do this. You other niggas out here just the new kids. Nasty when I spit like mucus. Out of this world like George Lucas. Skywalker OG, twisted. Mix it with the cookies, get lifted. I'm shifted. That mean I'm always getting capital. And if a key get aboard the boat, then it's taxable. If that key don't make it, then El Chapo know. And we all know he gets irrational. Ration flow, cause I heal from the verbal shots. And leave you fuck niggas screwed like Michael Watts. Off top, I can't think of a nigga going off top. See, when they rap they bars, it's like a bandaging. When I rap my bars, it's autopsy. Flow so vivid, a cyclopsy. And my style trickier than Run DMC. So nigga had a decency to respect a real nigga out here doing them real things. Why you trucking at the crib selling hoes dreams? Chillin' in a fucking bra with some hoes jeans. This shit can go on forever. Hey,
Hey,
Mike, get at
bars from 420.
Wow.
Bars from 420. You heard it right here, live and
Let's give him a
direct.
big cheer.
On the Marijualogist.
Bars.
On the Marijualogist.
Hey, when I came in with that, I said,
Spitters.
Skywalker, OG, twisted. Hey,
Twisted.
I'm lifted.
Skywalker,
Mix it with the
OG,
cookies,
twisted.
get shifted.
I'm
That mean I'm always getting capital. Like the capital,
Of
and
course.
if a key get aboard the boat, then it's taxable.
Taxable.
Hey.
So
Keyboard,
clear that a
if
cyclops
key
could
get
see
aboard,
it.
Right,
keyboard.
right, a keyboard.
I'm on shift because
Back
No
in the
doubt.
mic. Come
I
closer
twisted
to
the
your
cookies
microphone.
I twisted the OG with the cookies, so I'm
doubt.
shifted. I'm always getting capital. That mean the cap. You know, what I mean, when you hit shift on the keyboard,
No
the
doubt.
key get aboard the boat, then it's taxable. If that key don't make it, that's now we over in Narcos now. The key don't make it, and El Chapo know. We all know he gets irrational, but it's a ration flow because I heal from all these verbal shots. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Every
It's all
shoot, you know what I mean?
metaphors. All
They ain't here.
metaphors
They
in
got to
there.
go back and read.
They
You
got
know what I
to-
mean?
right. It
You
ain't
got to get
just-
the whole thing. The whole.
Right.
Or it ain't gonna
Exactly.
make sense.
It
You know
ain't
what I
gonna
mean?
no.
I'm like, what is he talking
No
about?
doubt, no doubt. It make a lot of sense.
Well, I'm just going to say for the record,
just metaphorically
I think he
spelt
thinks
spit.
that way because he's looking across the table at me, and I'm
No,
an
no, it
older
ain't even
man.
you. I
Because
just gotta-
trust me, any person who likes real music at its root and culture and singing love lyrics.
Right.
And, you know, intricate lyrics are like intricate musical patterns.
Believe it.
You know, and the way you ride a beat and the beats that you collaborate on and with and create, you rocket ships ahead. You know, it's just amazing. I mean, we've had a lot of artists say, listen, in that very same position sat Verdine White from Earth, Wind, and Fire. A lot of people don't even remember who Verdine White is. Al Jarreau, talking about lyricists.
Jesse Jackson.
Well, Jesse sat down at it.
Oh, he sat down there?
Yeah.
Jesse.
But real talk. But Al Jarreau sat there, and when you want to talk about a jazz lyricist and the way he could sing, twist his tongue,
Keith Washington
and
said
scat, Keith, so many great artists. Ikkor the Wolf performs here regularly.
I sat there.
You have complicated lyrics that entertain the mind. So if you look across this table at me, young fella, and thinking that I can't follow you, wrong.
I just had to-
You mentioned Charlie
I had to at least
Murphy
get
in
that
one of
little
your
part.
licks. You mentioned Charlie Murphy. I'm gonna tell you how
Hey,
Charlie
rest in
said it.
peace.
Wrong.
Hey, that's my guy, Charlie.
Wrong.
Rest in peace, Charlie.
No.
Rich is a lyricist. He
Come on,
listens
man.
to lyrics.
Yeah, I'm a wordsmith.
Yeah, I love lyrics.
I'm
That
not
was my
much
first
as a,
love.
Me too.
Lyrics.
I'm
a
a-
rapper
I'm
or
a-
anything like that, but I am
I'm a lyricist.
wordsmith. I love words. I love how words can be rhymed.
Right.
That in and of itself, to take words and make rhythms, to take words that can swing from one word to the next is like rock-a-bye baby,
I'm
little
amazed.
simple nursery rhymes. This is
Right.
how we learn
Right.
to become rhythmic. Now, I don't think they teach nursery rhymes anymore in school. No. But teaching young people drums, teaching people rhythmic repetition, teaches people how to connect to their own personal creativity and self-power. Now, I don't mean to get too deep, and thank you for the oil, and that could lead to that. That could lead to these discussions, but your music is self-explanatory to the higher mind. Let me just put it like that. I think that's what I've been trying to say.
Definitely.
To the higher mind, your music is self-explanatory.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah,
Word.
that's what I'm definitely speaking to. Like, for sure, I wanted to rain down, and maybe those people can explain to the ones that don't get my lyrics or say I don't have any lyrics. I don't have any
That's
substance
impossible.
in my music.
Please.
I got a lot of people saying that actually recently. So,
But you only got to concern yourself with the ones that do get it. I'm not
Right.
worried about the ones that don't get it.
It's all good.
Tell them to catch up.
It's all good, man.
You thinking slow,
I love
that's all.
everybody. I hope everybody does good.
You ain't
out
talking
there,
fast,
man.
they thinking slow.
Man, I'm just
what I was trying to
staying in
say,
my
Cor.
lane, man. I'm just staying in my
That's what I
lane.
meant.
Do me. It might not be
Thanks for
your
saying that,
forte, but I'm gonna keep it 100 every time. I'm always gonna be pushing the weed advocation. I've been doing that since before it was cool. When you said it earlier, I've been doing that since before it was cool. So everybody's on the train now. What's up?
No doubt.
The cap is here. He's always been here. So let's get it.
For sure. Words from 420. Representing the zoo.
MIZ.
You dig? So what's up with it, Rich?
Well, I wanted to get back to your roots in music, and we can talk about that a bit more because we got to re-rack some of this music, man, just to give them a little taste more of what you got going on with that. But I think it's important when you talk about your music and what you do. I mean, you are a multi-talented individual. You are what I consider to be on the verge of self-fulfillment, which in and of its course is a very challenging path. We mentioned the first time you were here, I think, just briefly, that you also are and have worked in the martial arts as an MMA artist.
Of course, yes.
Right? So you're not just a music artist. So don't step to them wrong or come get it.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Or come get it, right?
Yeah.
But you're a businessman.
But yeah, I'm professional.
You're a businessman.
No
I don't
doubt.
want
Discipline,
any
baby.
problems.
Discipline.
And as a businessman,
I don't want any problems.
Trouble ain't no joking, man. I ain't with it. It was one of the greatest rap songs of its time back in the day. You also are a businessman, and I don't think we talk enough about your business. So let's do a little drill down on that. I mean, you have a line of products for patients of every need. Virtually.
Of course. Like I said, I actually started my little vape pen line, 420vapes.com or at 420vapes on Instagram. Give me a follow there. But basically, we got vape pens for, they say, a lot of patients out there that really need this stuff. We got the CBD tops. They got the tops are CBD infused with the THC. We got different flavors. We got a lot of stuff that's going to help just the marijuana community and people that don't even know about the marijuana community or is against the marijuana community if they just knew the benefits of one of these cartridges and what it can do to change someone's life.
Hold it up to the camera. Right here. It's your shot right here.
420 vapes. Get at me. Like I said, this is a very beneficial object, and I'm gonna have my man Ikkor give you all the the benefits of it because he know all of
Yeah,
it.
it's very,
he know all of them.
very
I'm
smooth.
sorry, let me give him his official introduction. Our dashing studio model, Ikkor the Wolf, ladies and gentlemen.
Ikkor the Wolf.
Yes.
Oh.
Have you tried it? How you like it?
Oh yeah, it's very smooth, man. It's kind of, I mean, to me on my palate, it's like very lemony, citrusy, and very smooth. A lot of those vapes over time that I've
Are bland?
I want someone to
They all
say
taste the
bland.
same?
No, they all taste different.
Okay.
But they all have like some of them have like this stench of like
I know what you're talking about.
of this strain that strains on your throat where you just like and they get the burning
It's like
and,
it's burned like you.
and my eyes get the water and I'm like that's when you always ask me why don't man how come you don't never really be vaping this that and the
Yeah,
other?
you don't vape
'Cause I
that
don't
shit.
really want to feel I don't want to feel that
Right.
I don't want to feel that but you know I didn't feel that and every time I've hit yours since the last time to this time I haven't felt that so I can actually get through this you know.
I
And
really,
it's very
I really think
smooth.
that's based on like what the oil is, like, how it was made. You know, how pure is it? You know, what I mean, I think that's really what it's based off of the harshness of the smoke. But that stuff right there, that's supposed to be like top. You know, what I mean, top concentrate. So you can see like how it's so clear. You can see right through it like that. You know, what I mean, some of the concentrates aren't. You know, what I mean, clear.
And the bubble, look how the bubble is just staying still.
Yeah, it's not like
Hold that up to the camera.
The bubble is just
That's
staying
your shot
still.
right there.
it's not gonna fall out
Wow.
anywhere. You know what I mean?
Look at that bubble. It's not even hardly moving. That's oil.
That's gonna last. That's like a
That's
gram.
all. The old school say that's all right there. That's that all.
All.
That's them all right there,
That's
boy.
all.
Oh,
That's that all.
Hey, listen, I will. Well, first of all, Ikkor, thank you for that unsolicited testimonial because I've enjoyed it as well. He does not like vapes. I'm learning to like vapes more. They're smokeless.
When I first started out, I was taking them and I had carried it all the time with me because I was, like, okay,
Well,
I
look,
had
well,
to vape,
yeah,
vape.
it's like the on the
If I-
go.
But I started.
If I could tell you my real feelings, Ikkor, if I could tell you my real feelings, you wasn't just carrying around. You was holding out on me. Because I'm sitting back thinking to myself, I know he got the
One time
vapes.
I was carrying two just in case the homie was there. Hey, you hold one, I hold one.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and I
saying?
would never get none. I didn't understand it, but, I just took it and kept it moving.
You see, I didn't even pass it back.
Yeah, I see. That said, I, too, would like to give my testimonial on this vape. And I got to tell you, I'm really leaning more towards vapes. Folks out there, you've heard me say this virtually from day one, and especially later as technology progressed in the cannabis industry, that burning any or smoking any burnt plant matter. Think of the term.
My eyes did not. I had a stroke
burnt
hit.
plant matter.
And my eyes are
Smoking
watered
any
down.
burnt plant matter is not good for your lungs. You should not inhale anything that is burned. Vaping is the best and safest way for all people, and especially people whose immune system or health is already compromised. You really need to get one of these 420 vaporizers.
420 vapes.
Yeah, and the medicine is good. It's
very good.
very effective. It's fast acting, and on top of that, it's very discreet, and that's important because you can advocate all you want, but there's always going to be somebody who frowns their nose or waves or fans their nose as they walk by you, as if you're some needle popping heroin addict sitting on the side of the curb,
Okay.
just medicating when you need to.
No doubt.
Just to go smoke a cigarette.
Right, it is fast acting because I was just
That
still
too.
sitting. It was fast acting. You know why?
Yeah, we see it kicking in on
Because
you
I'm
already.
just sitting here holding it.
Looking
I'm just
at
sitting here holding it.
looking at the bubble.
in the screen.
Looking at the
Just
bubble.
sitting there like I mean I'm done advertising. I was done earlier, but
Easy,
I'm
Rasta.
still holding it.
Easy, Rasta.
Come on,
Yeah.
this is nice.
Easy, rude boy.
This is nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's very nice, man, and I've tried it
420.
myself, and it's very effective.
It's very
and
lemony, man. It's like lemony. I don't know if that's just how I'm feeling it. I might
It's
be
not
wrong.
overwhelming.
I may be wrong on the flavor.
This is actually the Thin Mint cookies.
You can't talk that far from the mic.
It's actually a Thin Mint cookies, actually. So, no, it's I feel the lemony thing you talking about, though. I can taste it. But yeah, this is the Thin Mint.
And every taste
flavor.
bud is different.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, so this is your business.
Yeah, this is
Isn't-
how I
isn't
try to-
just your avocation.
No, this
It
is
is a business, and people can purchase these.
Of course.
Is there a source
Yes,
that you would like to share with our audience?
like I said, you can hit me up on 420 Vapes on Instagram or www.420vapes.com, either or. And like I say, just get a hold of me. Find me at the Real 420 Instagram, and I'll make you a special order happen. Anybody to get a hold of me, shit.
How about delivery?
Delivery, I'm shipping nationwide. I'm shipping.
Okay.
I'm shipping to everybody. So get at me. Let me cut you a deal. All deals are custom, so just get a hold of me. Let's make a deal.
Let's do it.
And then, do you have any local outlets that people can? I mean, without mentioning folks, just a yes or a no. Do you have some local folks who are helping to distribute your product? Because it is really good, and I got to tell you, folks out there, hey, smoking a J, smoking a blunt, a bong. I never liked bongs because everybody slobbers in them eventually because you'll choke.
I don't like
from all
bongs
the
either,
smoke.
man. I'm good on
Smoking from a little pipe, smoking from a big pipe, smoking from an elaborate pipe. Don't smoke burnt plant matter unless you like inhaling burnt plant matter. You're a cigarette smoker. You're probably going to like blunts. You're going to like smoking from bowls. You're going to like smoking J's and the new wraps. Hey, do you know I read online?
What'd you read online?
That the new hot trend in smoking cannabis is wrapping them in rose petals.
What?
That's actually online right now. That's one of the new hot
That's actually
trends.
some bullshit.
Now,
about the
hold
rose
on,
smoke.
hold on,
You're
rude boy.
gonna be
Hold
choking
on,
like they
rude
look,
boy.
man. I'm choking good.
How do you know? You ain't never smoked a rose petal.
That shit probably
And I'm
smooth
not.
though.
And I'm not talking about a dry rose
They
petal.
feel
It's a
smooth.
wet rose
They
petal,
do
like
feel
rolling
smooth.
it like a
It might be
wet
like a backwood.
piece of exactly.
Like a
Exactly.
It's just a leaf.
like a
It's
fruity
just a leaf.
backwood or something.
Right.
Like a calm backwood.
And they probably get more euphorically high too, like just like.
Nigga, you smoking roses, pull it with on a chick.
It's probably
with a
got.
red,
It's probably
a
like.
red,
Look it up
It probably got a
online.
nice hit to it, like where you
Look it
like.
up
It's
online.
probably got
I
like a
read it
little, like
today.
a slight little.
like some
psycho.
strawberry or
A
something.
little stank.
No,
a little
no,
stank on it.
no, but it got like a little psychosis to it, you know?
Yeah.
Little psychoactive property that's even more like hallucinogenic or something. That
Smoking
only lasts for a
roses.
couple minutes.
Why would roses be hallucinogenic?
Because
just
it's roses, it make you feel like it
Because
just.
you never smoked
it's
one,
but
you
it,
don't eat
but it
them.
take you to a real smooth state though. It's just gonna take you to a smooth state.
It's
but
a
you
hot
gonna-
new
That's
trend.
all
I
natural.
saw that online today, so
Really?
keep that in mind. You might see it again.
I'm about to do it in the
You heard
next
it first
video.
right here.
Rose
Or
colored
heard it
blunts. I mean
second
rose
right
rose
here
rolled blunts.
on the Marijualogist.
A rose rolled blunt.
Yeah.
Rose blunts.
I got in our dispensary. I have water rolled blunts, and that's a shout out to all different dispensaries. If you plan on
Water
rolling-
roll blunts?
water
Yeah,
rolled
man.
blunts.
That's the way to
If
go.
you plan on rolling your blunts
what
for
is
your
that?
patients, it's just for the health factor.
don't lick
because,
'em.
Exactly. Like who want to
I
like
like it.
sit there and roll blunts and then sell them to people? And they come in there because there's dispensaries that do that, you know. And I've suggested like you guys should do water roll blunts and even have it on the menu water roll blunts. So,
So,
people come in and have
know.
they have people like, what's a water roll blunt? And then you explain to them what it is. And they're like, oh, that's dope.
So,
Okay, thanks for
Ikkor,
looking out for my health.
For our
You don't want to taste
uninitiated,
like, what's this beef stew kush?
Man, homies back there eating lunch.
You're like, what's this beef stew? What's this the spaghetti, spaghetto, spaghetto haze?
Ikkor, for the uninitiated
Spaghetto
out
haze.
there who are tuning
Smoking
in
that spaghetto, dog.
from Piscataway
Salmon.
and
Oh, my
That
Scranton,
salmon, you got that salmon. that,
for all of our listeners out there in
Salmon
New
OG.
Brunswick
Man,
and
what's up, New Brunswick?
Hazelton, would you please explain for them?
Scranton. No.
Scranton, Pennsylvania.
What a
Shout outs
What a water roll blunt is?
to our good friends in Reading and Conshohocken for that matter.
Right.
Shout out Chico though.
Right.
There we go. Bet.
In Schenectady.
And what the hell? Shout out Chino.
Peoria. Anybody in the house
All right,
from
that's
Peoria?
No.
Illinois.
Oh, all right. That's a
Butte,
bad joke.
Montana.
That's
No.
a bad joke. Went wild. Explain to them how blunts are rolled because people really don't realize. You might be at a party and a blunt gets passed around.
Exactly.
This may sound completely stupid and elementary, but
this-
please explain how blunts are
And you can be,
created.
and you can kind of be like a germaphobe, whatever. But psychologically, when it comes
Blunt
to this communal,
come your way like
but when it comes to this communal thing here, you kind of like throw all that out the window. You know, you can sit there and watch people roll and everything, and that just kind of gets thrown out the window. But I have friends, and I know people that roll and don't like to dry it off or heat it up, you know, afterwards. And it's just like it'd be like cold on your when you grab it's cold or whatever. So me personally, I always
Dead
take my
fish.
lighter out and I always burn that thing because I don't. It's cold, you know what I'm saying, and wet and moist. I'm like, I don't want that. I want to hit it like that, so I always dry it off.
Make sure y'all dry y'all blunts. Man.
Dry y'all blunts,
Dry
man.
y'all blunts.
And so that's why we do water roll blunts.
Let's
I don't want to taste no beef
do
stew
that.
kush.
Let's do
You know what I'm
water
saying?
road blunts because somebody might have just sucked a golf club
Man,
Through a
niggas
garden
golf club
hose.
through a garden
Through
hose.
a garden hose, and now they
Suck
like,
something.
you hit this.
And I don't mean that in
Here
a
you go, dog.
salacious or sexual way. They may literally have sucked a golf
No, they done
ball
made
through a
made
garden
love to the
hose.
blunt while rolling it.
Yeah. And you don't know where their
Then
mouth
light it up,
was.
then just light it up. I
last
got a
night.
homie like that who don't even brush the teeth in the morning.
That
and roll
part
that thing
too.
up.
Yeah.
Roll it up, and you just hitting it. You like, damn, what am I? I'm eating, smoking all yesterday and this morning. and summer this morning.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty, man. So, folks out there, if you don't know what a blunt or how a blunt is made, you might want to think twice before they pass you the blunt. You just go on.
Right, you're like, damn, this got that corn taste.
Stick it in your
This
mouth.
is a corn. Y'all got it says a corn roll, blunt.
This is organic.
Like, this organic corn roll.
It's a new corn blunt.
It's that corn blunt. Oh, they even got the chips in it. Damn.
Let's
okay, the hulls in it.
That was our official comedy moment,
Motherfucker
sponsored by both.
Motherfucker didn't even take no drink after that. He just ate
420
and rolled up.
Our good friends over at
Egg roll.
He did egg rolled up. Was that an egg roll blunt? An egg roll blunt?
Yeah, well, that's nasty. All right, so look, let's get back to the business at
This
hand.
is snot roll blunt. This is a flu roll blunt. Huh?
The business at hand.
It's the flu roll blunt.
Hit that and get sick.
The
Hit
business
that
at
and
hand
hit
is,
that, boy. This
folks
is,
out there,
boy, this is sick.
I hope you're enjoying the comedic side of the Marijualogist tonight. But
This
the fact of
is
the matter
sick.
is you really do want to be careful as you're out there and
I
blunts
gotta
get
shoot a
passed
commercial
around.
for that. I gotta shoot a commercial for that. Just for marijuana. You gotta shoot a nasty commercial like that. We gotta have the most obnoxious looking guy that do it with the big stupid red beard. He got beer all in his beard. You see him, he just rolled it up. Let's go, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, he rolled it up. Like, light it up. In slow motion.
the whole thing.
In slow motion. Light it up.
That will be dripping.
Light it up.
Yeah, dude.
That mother was dripping. He done made love to it. You hear the drips. You hear the dripping shit. It's like,
Hey, man, make sure y'all dry y'all blunts.
look. You making that sound while you pass it to you, like, damn, you light that up. But for real, this is all about health and safety. So I have explained this to different dispensaries whenever they roll their blunts and sell their blunts and shit, like, to really, like, take heed to what I'm telling you and what I'm saying here is to roll you some water roll blunts, label it on your menu as water roll blunts because it becomes a conversation piece. There's many levels to it. Becomes a conversation piece, and it looks good. You know, what's the working on like Baby Kush or OG, whatever. You know, what's a water roll blunt? You know what I'm saying? Like what is a water roll blunt? And then now you have your bud tender that can explain it to you for
Make
your
sure
health
they know.
factors.
Make sure they're educated on the product knowledge. Make sure they
Exactly.
know all that.
Exactly. So now you know, and now you're making the patient feel good when they leave out of there, knowing that their health is being their best interest that's being held at heart. You know,
And they'll come
from the
back.
butts, and they'll come back. They'll come back. So that's just to take heed. That's just a word to the wise out there, and a word from the wise.
Man,
take heed.
Take care of your customer. They'll take care of you.
Exactly.
Period.
And that just goes across the border. And even just even in your household, around your community with your friends and all that. You know, it's just, and it's not hard to roll a water roll blunt. It's the same way. It's the same situation, and you're gonna feel much better. So if it's passing you and it's cold and moist, you feeling better. Like this ain't nothing but a water roll blunt, dog. I'm straight. It ain't your boy you just saw just slam down 8 drinks, belch 1,000 times, and take some little spits.
And ate some chili cheese nachos.
Ate some chili cheese nachos. And it smelled like that all on the fingers and the blunts. And it's all on your blunt. And he light it up. You light it up. So, but we just glad that y'all tuned in to the Marijualogist every Friday, 4:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at latalklive.com. We got LA Talk Live, reality radio handcrafted for your viewing and listening pleasure. And we are more than just talk. I would like to go to break, but we're not going to go to break. We're going to still sit here and kick it with 420 and his vape line and everything else that he's doing. Matter of fact, I'm going to speak out now, October 21st.
We are here.
October 21st, yes, we out here, like you said. We have an event hosted by 6th Ave and 6th Ave Collective and Green Crosses. So that's October 21st, located at 2714. Again, 2714 Florence Avenue, Los Angeles, California, 90043. 6th Ave Collective presents 6th Ave Collective and Green Crosses. And it's a 420 event, and it's at 12 o'clock from 12 noon all the way to 7 p.m. It's a day party, day event. That way people can still get off at the end of the night. Still not get off because they're not at work, but they can still end the night at the event and still go out somewhere else and enjoy the Saturday night. So get there, see all the vendors, see the live performances, fashion. We got food, drink. We got DJ. We got 420 representing, but we got what's my DJ name?
See, I DJ too, so when I DJ, my alter ego is DJ Freddie Mo.
DJ Freddie Mo in the building.
I'm gonna doing a little DJ set, and I'm gonna come back
Performing
out as
as-
420. So I'm gonna hit them with both of them. That's what I do. That's my little key to the game. Not many people can do both proficiently on a pro level. So
It's that Deion Sanders in it.
So I'm just trying to really just show my multifaceted life and just break it out
Exactly,
there.
as you should.
And make it all happen. How is Detroit people do.
Believe it. D, stand up. Detroit versus everybody.
Hey, everybody, man, for real.
Midwest.
What up, Mizzou?
Ha, you
Hey.
dig? So October 21st, 2017, which is a week before, I think, like 9 days before Halloween. So this is a pre-Halloween event. So if you feel like dressing up in the costume, whatever, hey, feel free to. Come dressed up as a big ass blunt or a joint. Just don't get smoked that night.
Don't
You
get
dig?
smoked.
Literally, don't get smoked that
You
night.
can roll up.
You can roll up.
But don't get smoked.
It
might be lit though.
But we turning up that night. We educating that night. We entertaining, and we kicking it.
It's gonna be a good
So,
time.
It's gonna be a damn good time. So 420 gonna be there. DJ Freddie Mo gonna be there. Ikkor the Wolf gonna be there. LA Talk Live gonna be there. The Marijualogist. We're gonna be interviewing, doing photos. You name it, we're gonna be doing it.
We should get
So-
a red carpet out there.
Yeah, we should.
That'd be dope.
That'd be dope. I might have to do that, and step and repeat, things of that nature, and just make it official. Because the event is going to be nice. The venue is very nice. It's a collective, and it also has a banquet hall on the other side, designed for performances, and it's a stage. And then we have the outside area where all the vendors and food will be held. So it's going to be nice. 6th Ave Collective in association with Green Crosses. So come on out, y'all. Tickets only $15. How about that? $15.
Oh, you got 15.
$10 pre-sale tickets.
Get at me.
Get at us. All right? So we're looking for Rich. Where you at, Rich?
Let's say anybody around LA, we're doing a casting call for models tomorrow with the Dream Team. Shout out Dell. Shout out Jules. We're doing a casting call out in Pomona at Vive Lounge. It's at 12. All models or model aspiration artists. We're doing EPK Day, so that means you can get your photo shoot in there, get you a
Nice.
good looking. You need them flyer photos. You need those A1 photos. And
Are they charging for that, or is it free?
They charging for the if you're not they're gonna charge for the outside ones. I think it's like I believe it's $100 for the full package. Like you get the 2 or 3 photos and a whole little EPK session or whatever.
Okay.
I have to check on that, but definitely check that out. My manager's Instagram at Get Me a Show. At Get Me a Show is simple. Just look that up, and it's gonna be all the info right there. EPK Day tomorrow at Vive Lounge. Check that out.
Nice. It's always, entertainment. We working out here, man. We working. I'm working on a movie called Young and Naive this Sunday. It's a silent film as well. So this is my first time in the year 2017, my first time being in a silent film. So that should be very interesting.
That's dope.
So it means there's a lot of visual acting, and you have to really be an actor, true actor, to know how to bring this out, bring it apart, bring it about. So that's gonna be right, exactly. I'm gonna get my Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, they
Gonna
get
get my Charlie Chaplin
on.
on and shit. But it's gonna be interesting. It's called Young and Naive, and it's written and directed by Tuesday Connor, and it's gonna be nice. Rich, I don't know if you all going on the set with me Sunday, but
Well, I'm happy to know finally that I've been invited. When were you going to tell me? It was my first.
I was
response.
waiting to surprise you when you came back in from taking a break.
Thank you so much, man. Hey, while we're doing that, tell us about the set. I know you just talked about the event. The production itself,
the cannabis event.
Yeah, but I can't wait till that happens, and we're going to be promoting the hell out of that, and that's going to be sponsored by Green Crosses Teas. Did I say Green Teas Crosses a couple times?
No, you only said Green Teas, and I was like, that's when I made a joke and said, I heard you get sponsored. Shout out to that new sponsor and shit.
Yeah, that's going to be your all natural
green teas.
hemp based.
I'm gonna probably try to get in there and try to sponsor something too, though.
Nice.
Well, that's going to be your all natural hemp based honey sweetened tea that you're going to come out with.
I feel like 420 should be like a CBD drink.
I don't know.
Yeah.
420?
No doubt.
It's
Of
ready.
course. It's ready.
It's already ready.
It's ready. That's nice.
We know
you ought to go.
That shit's ready.
You got to get the 420 drink.
Okay, yeah.
We need to look that up
So
when we get up out of here.
got a little sidebar going on here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
We don't want
Okay.
to put it out too much on the air. You know what I'm saying? Somebody going to suck it up from me. That young brother can't have it.
But Green Crosses is growing.
That's pretty good.
Right.
And yeah, you guys need to collab on that. And make sure you remember where you heard it first, right here on the World Leader in Internet Broadcast.
Yes, LA Talk Live.
And the America Talk Live Broadcast Network. So look, we're coming up at the top of the clock. And you know, right after this show, Speak On It. We're playing it in reruns, our best of. You guys want to wrap it up, or should I appeal to management to give us a few more moments?
Well, you know, it's up to you.
Well, if it's up to me, I say let's keep the party going with a little bit of VIP.
Hey.
And let's rock out to this.
VIP Live.
Thank you for tuning in tonight
Yes, thank y'all for tuning in.
for our live episode of The Marijualogist, the world's only show that explores the social, political, medical, economical, and ecological impact of cannabis on California and the entire world.
Stand up.
We send our hearts and prayers out to the victims of all the hurricanes, and of course to Mexico City, the victims of the earthquake. Stay strong, all of you out there.
Stand strong.
And anybody who can help, please, please pitch in. Any final words, gentlemen?
I love y'all.
Love you more.
420. Look.
LATalkLive.com every Friday. Ikkor the Wolf, Wolf's Den every first Friday of the month.
Oh.
LATalkLive.com.
Follow me on Instagram, Snap, and Twitter at TheReal420. At TheReal420.
Yeah, fit me.
We need to have you back aired every time.
Fit me.
I'm here.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Fit me. Ikkor,
Part of the
IKKOR.
collective.
No doubt.
Let's do it.
Gotta make that happen some kind of way.
All right, folks, thanks for tuning in tonight to The Marijualogist. We'll see you next Friday, exactly 4:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Stay tuned. Coming up next, a replay of Speak On It, Say It, Own It, Believe It.
Check us out, y'all, over there. Natural Lifestyles Wellness Center, 7301 South Broadway, Los Angeles, 90003. You dig?
And I got Shatter Cup tickets. Anybody want to see Rick Ross, Juicy J, Nipsey, The Game? I got Shatter Cup tickets going for the low, $25.
I need to be at that.
Hit me up.
I need to be at that.
All right, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Thanks. See you next time.
Pull up in the Benz, fuck a caddy. Buy the champagne room and had a baddest call me daddy. Niggas beefing, go to rallies. In and out if you in Cali. I don't do that hosting Sally. Add a real nigga on the snaps. I like you on your knees like you out here shooting craps. Suck a nigga good, go home, take a nap. That's how you guarantee that you coming back. Coolin' in the VIP with a stack. I like how that sundress poke when you throw it back. Back, 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 back. 420.
Coolin' in the VIP, that's the VIP. It all started in the trap, just like T.I.P. Bands on the table and my feet too. You see 'em trapping in my sixes, just like Drake do. Coolin' in the VIP, that's the VIP. It all started in the trap, just like T.I.P. Bands on the table and my feet too. You see 'em trapping in my sixes, just like
Trap. Niggas shooting disses, they ain't hurt me. It's still fuck they couch, Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace, my nigga Charlie Murphy. We gon' ball one time like James Worthy. Pouring out the hymn for fallen homies. I might sip that gin if I got them Xannies on me. I might hit her friend if her friend is fucking on me. I'm a beast, I'm a monster, man, they don't know me.
They don't know me,
yeah.
but they know me now, cause I rap. Sometimes I sing it on out when I trap. Gotta keep it patient, cause I know it come on back. If I flip it, hope I probably make it right on back. I just wanna tell the shorty she can come on back. Bring her friend around the way and bring some friends for my niggas. Hop up in a Uber, gotta get the truck, cause you know when we pull up, you know when we pull up, we gon' be.
Coolin' in the VIP, that's the VIP. It all started in the trap, just like T.I.P.
Thank you for tuning into LA Talk Live and the Talk Live Broadcast Network, original reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk. Stay tuned.